Very clearly says, not a flamethrower. Everyone just relax. It's just a super soaker with fire. No big deal.
Stool Scenes, episode 89. I want to give a very special shout out to Alexander Mogilny, one of my favorite players. But listen, another person I want to give a shout out to, a guy named Frank, who made a RedHot sauce back in the day. Listen, you got some chips and you wish you had, hot chips or barbecue chips or something. All right, look at this. You take your normal boring ass chips. Oh, wow. High taste, it's not a 5-alarm fire, but it gives you a little kick, a little something. So these boring-ass chips aren't just boring. I'm talking about beautiful Frank's RedHot right here. I love it. You know what else I love? Folks, when Dave Portnoy comes in hot on Monday morning, let's get into his thing. There's going to be a lot more drama to come. I know what you're saying. YP, shut the fuck up. We're going to get to the drama. Let's check in with Dave first thing on Monday morning. Thoughts on Patriots or just...
it was a clunker, no doubt, but I'm very happy for Mike Vrabel. Mike Vrabel's more Patriot than he is a Titan, so it's like, that's a win for the Patriots in a weird way. But hey, it's week, 10? Wasn't a good game. It's not the first time they've thrown a mid-clunker. They won 6 in a row is what they had won. So yeah, it's a loss. It was a bad loss. You got to get Gronk healthy. Edelman, I don't know what the status of him is. He walked off. Not worried. Other teams can worry. I don't worry. Our division's over. Home field a little bit. Chiefs didn't look great either, but a win is a winners league, so whatever. We'll be in the AFC Championship, and we're going to be playing good football when we are.
Any thoughts on Chicks in the Office?
It's crazy seeing it. That was a rig job. iHeartMedia, that's the podcast that won. Probably had something to do with getting the musical talent for that show. The podcast I'd never heard of. It has like 2,000 followers. Zero interaction. Part of me wanted to burn, People's Choice Awards to the ground because they cheat. There's no chance they got more votes. And I don't know if even the chicks in the office knew that's how it was determined, or that's just to get the finals and they pick it on whoever spends the most advertising. I don't know what happened. But yeah, it was wild seeing them there. Looked like a good time.
Yeah.
Curious to hear their take on it when they get back to the office. Probably get back like next week sometime. I did good on Saturday.
Or Scott Hansen throwing the torture champions.
Well, you can't do what he did. And people are like, oh, scoring defense. Fuck that. I know what scoring defense is. That's not what it is. When you flip to the Chiefs and they're on defense, and the number one scoring defense, that's a pick six. That's a pick six. But with the spread on the way. The games that killed me, I need the over in the Browns. The Falcons.
They suck.
The Falcons run shotgun from the inch-yard line 9 times in a row.
It was insane.
They needed this much and they had 4 downs. All you had to do is QB sneak is guaranteed touchdown. That and there was another over that murdered me. Oh, the Chiefs over.
Did you bet last night?
Yeah, the Eagles. That's my best bet of the day. They stink. The Eagles are chill.
Yeah, but did you see the ending? They had 3 Todd Gurley plays in a row.
What was the spread?
13. The dude ran free, he went down. So you're like, okay, they're going to kneel it. They had it with a minute and a half.
Did you bet that game?
Yeah, I had Arkansas. I was on the right. Everyone was getting mad at me online because I wasn't complaining. Like, I was complaining about Todd Gurley. I was like, sorry guys, I had Arkansas. They got down to the 1 yard line off of a Todd Gurley play, and then they ran. So there's a minute and a half. There was a minute left. So you think they're just going to kneel it? Like, the game's over. It's first down, minute left, no timeouts left.
Oh, shit. No timeouts.
Yeah. And he ran it again. And then he went down again. And then, to top it all off, on the second down play with there's 28 seconds left, they rushed to the line and he actually tried to score this time. This is the end of the game. I was literally screaming at my TV. They ran the last play. And he actually tried to score. It was the most bizarre thing I've ever seen. He went down on purpose.
And they could have just kneeled it.
Right. They could have just kneeled it, and he went down.
13, that's right.
Yeah, he went down on purpose twice, and then on the last play of the game, he tried to score.
Yeah.
And I was just sitting there like, "What are you doing?"
That makes no sense. I didn't bet that game. I actually was great in horrible yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday was the dogs, all the dogs. And that fucking Eagles game killed me.
Yeah, I was this close to going money line on that too.
Yeah.
I was like minus 360.
That was a fucking.
Do you see the Hanson response? Do you see what he did there?
Oh yeah, it's a great rivalry because he's like everything. He just I've said this before, like red zone brain, where he switches. He's like, let's check in here. We got a big play, and you're like, oh fuck, this is gonna be awesome.
Right.
Yeah, and then he did the.
You can't. I know what scoring defense is, but when you go to a different game and be like, speaking of scoring defense, it's a little like a classic like 5-yard out where you pick six it.
Right.
That's a pick six.
And he did the reverse too later in the game with like a minute left with the Chiefs. They picked it.
I know.
And he was
like,
like,
he's
like, oh, and they pick it and the game's over. He's like, but is it over?
Right. I know. I tweeted at him on that one too.
Now this Frank's Red Hot sauce is not going to put a flamethrower in your mouth, but one person who may put a flamethrower in your office building, Kevin Clancy. He's walking around, he's got this thing, he looks like some sort of Halo character.
Looks like Halo, doesn't it? So, can we get to the 5 minutes? What's that? Exactly. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. Yeah, they can just go. I don't have to go.
Yeah, it's just did 3 of us.
Sirius XM Channel 85, Clancy, Carrabis, and Casey, every day, 1 to 3 p.m. Stay hot.
We got the first day of the new Barstool radio lineup, and I got to be very biased with you guys. I'm very excited because right here on Sirius XM, we have the Sean Latham Show, 10 to 11, every weekday. Tune into that shit. And after that, go ahead and check out the first day of radio without Carrabis on the Evening Yak. Oh my God, what will we do? Let's go through a trip down Nostalgia Lane.
Come on over. Let's have some fun. We're gonna yak. It's gonna be a great show. Oh, Stephen Chase here. The whole gang. We always finish each other's sentences. So close we are.
Yep.
It's a team.
I'm wearing a Wisconsin jacket.
Oh man.
That's my way of showing support.
Okay, and then like we always do.
You gonna tune in?
You gonna cry?
I'll tune in.
You should call in.
You need a drunk?
I think I'm just gonna watch it through the glass. It's sad. That is the first yak without me because I was there every day.
Thoughts?
We did the damn thing. 4-0. 4-0.
We didn't
No one
lose.
beat us.
The callers so far stink.
We're 4-0. Never lost.
Never lost.
We were good. PFT doesn't know populations all that well, we've learned.
Like numbers and shit, like how tall or certain things where you have to guess a specific
You were
number
off by, he actually won the population question, even though he was off by, I think, like 30 million.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the other guy was off by like 140
Yeah, the other guy
million.
thought it was what's the population of Columbia, South Carolina, which he was also still off by 70,000. So he guessed the population of Columbia, the country, was 30,000 people roughly.
I'll tell you who was really good was Tyler.
Yeah, that was very
Yeah, because he's Googling shit at his house.
No, we'll trust him for now. Yeah, he was
What, like
he was-
7 games?
He was off by like 15 or 17 or 15 on Greg Popovich wins, and then how many consecutive free throws did DeMar DeRozan hit for the record? Got it dead on.
Nailed
24.
it. Didn't even
Dead on.
hesitate.
No one even challenged him in cereal yet. And that's his real bread and butter.
You guys have to start missing questions or no one's going to call in on Friday.
You're gonna miss plenty of questions. Trust me. Trust me. Like Jeff gave me a sample of some of the geography ones when we were on the road, and
Not easy.
so I'm sure I'll miss some.
Bro, you are just dripping today.
But this
God damn.
Wait, bro,
It's just the whole look.
Oh, are you doing that because Penn State beat them?
No. It's the only jacket I had in
I
Philadelphia.
mean, it was such a sad game.
This like hip young barista came up to me at Pret in Philadelphia at the train station today. He's like, "Bro, do you know what the drip is?" And I thought he was talking about like coffee for a second. I was like, "The drip?" He's like, "Yeah, you know what the drip is? You got the drip today." And my confidence was skyrocketing.
Dude, drip is the word of the month.
Nothing like getting a little drip.
You
But
just a little drip. Yeah, you just put your mouth right on it.
Suckle at the teat.
Yeah, oh yeah.
at a coffee shop though, it's confusing because like
Very
drip could
confusing.
be like the way that they serve their coffee.
Now, if you're keeping up with Massachusetts football, high school football, as I'm sure you are, Scituate is playing Swampscott coming up, a place where Henry Lockwood, a place where Dave Portnoy grew up. Let's go behind the scenes. Maybe there's a little bet going on. Who knows?
I didn't know since whatever. Swampscott's always those games. We're kind of a powerhouse, but
last year I was in high school, we got a coach. We went to the playoffs and we've been like.
You know who the guy who gives me Celtics tickets?
Yeah, so.
Yeah, his quarterback, his son's a quarterback, right?
Yeah, that's why Simmons will like probably talk about it too. Who? Bill Simmons, because he's boys with the same guy, Sullivan. Yeah.
He is.
Yeah.
Sully doesn't strike me as a Simmons guy. Strikes me as important.
What's the bet? What's the bet on the game?
I don't know. That's a good question. So what is the bet on the game?
When is it?
Friday.
See that?
There was a train today. My train went through, like, the station closed, and I looked it up. They said they had to close it because of a soiled train.
Oh.
What the fuck does that mean?
Means someone pooped.
Poop, diarrhea, puke.
I saw you getting a little heat with the makeup.
Tommy Tuto. Can't stop talking about it. It's crazy. It's like they opened a new show. The first 3 segments were about me wearing makeup.
Tommy Adams.
Tommy slid into my DMs on Saturday.
Posted an Instagram story and I said, "You are the man, Cat Viva." I like doing that sometimes.
That is weird.
It was like, I was like, excuse me? I think my response was like, excuse me.
You were like, "What is this?"
Yeah, what is this? Yeah, like, what is going on right now?
I was so far down this week, got all the way back up to +2 units going into Sunday and just got crushed.
Sunday was just the dog day. I was the opposite. I got killed on Saturday, and then I was great the first game. I took all the dogs. I took the Browns, I took the Titans, I took the Cardinals, and then I gave it all back to the Eagles. Like, literally all.
I actually had some. I had the Browns. I had the over.
Dude, that over.
The Falcons.
That over.
The fact the Falcons go shotgun from the inch-yard.
That over should have hit like 6 times. It was driving me insane. Scott answered like, Falcons have the first and goal on the 1.
That was funny. Him responding was funny.
When we first came to this office, a lot of crazy people used to come upstairs, beg for jobs, deliver stuff, crazy things. Someone even came up with a wallaby one time, folks, believe it. But you know what? It hasn't happened in a while, and that's okay with me. But the other day, we got a little taste of the old days with this crazy person who Frankie deemed a crackhead coming up to get a little piece of that Frankie Borelli ass.
Have to go down and confront her to make the story end? What happened down there?
What is, yo, she's fucking crazy, bro.
Is she still there?
Yes.
So
she's like,
okay,
so I was downstairs and she just hugged me out of nowhere. And I was like, why are you touching me? And she's like, is Frankie upstairs? I'm like, why? She's like, I fucking love him. Like, I love Dave. She's like, I'm a school teacher.
He's going down there right now. Someone's got to go save him. What's going on? I thought they were gone. No.
I'm done with it. Oh God, there's Frankie. There's my. Hi guys.
Hello.
What's up?
How's it going?
Hi. Where's your boy Nate? Boy Nate.
What?
Where's Nate?
Well, Nate's up there.
Oh, he sucks.
Oh,
Tell him to stay up there.
All
Nobody
right.
wants him. No one reads his blog. I didn't even know he was a blogger until just now.
What are you guys doing?
Well, we went to go see Christmas Spectacular. Saved my shirt. And then we were coming down here, and I go, oh, I think that I want to go see my Barstool people, and we came. But now we're going to the spit because my buzz is wearing off. So
All right, I see ya.
Let's go.
Thank you.
And then
Shit.
She didn't seem like a good fan either, you know?
There's not too many. I mean, Frank's like, you may not want to go down there. It's like this girl was a peanut.
It is a little weird. So
She did. She said Nate sucks. We walked by. She's like, Nate sucks.
Just trying to kick her out. That's why.
Yeah, maybe.
maybe that's. I don't like that.
You DM'd me later that day and said, I can't believe you didn't run after me.
She seemed drunk.
I was going to a meeting.
Should we say?
Now, when you have a golf podcast, folks, sometimes you may talk shit about people. The only problem with that is sometimes they call into your podcast and they absolutely bury you.
I mean, you got buried. It's great for business. Great for business. Great for business. My mortal enemy on Twitter buried me 6 feet under, and fucking I have to call him daddy. Like, I have to be a Bryson DeChambeau fan now. You have to. He has. I told you guys that he has to carry me around on a leash now, like a tournament.
I've given you a lot of shit, right? It's on this podcast, it's on Twitter. I've always felt that it's come off very disingenuous with this science stuff, right? Like, all right, you're shoving it down our throat. And to me, it always felt like you were doing it more for your brand. And I understand that you're using it to win. Riggs has often made that argument for you on this podcast.
Every
week. Listen.
Well, hey, Frankie, I just don't butter knife my wedges like you.
Let's go.
Let's go. You are dead, Frankie.
I can't put my headphones
You are underground.
You just dominated me. I mean, there's no coming back from this. This guy's fucking dominating me.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think
he
he
should. On all
should.
fours, and I have to like wait.
You should go onto the range, and he should literally drag you around the range on a leash.
Well, like I should have the balls on my back, and he should take them off my back and put them on his teeth. Like I should be just like a stationary piece of furniture.
I had forgotten when we went back and listened to it that like his bearing of you came after you did like a 30-second spiel about like
how annoying
you're disingenuous, that, and you threw it to him, and he just goes.
Well, at least he goes, well, Frankie, that's because I don't butter knife my wedges.
You couldn't have teed it up more perfectly for him.
In the beginning, he's like, come on, bring it on.
Yep.
Let's go. He's like, he goes, I'm ready. Let's go.
People were loving him on Twitter. It's a sign to any golfers out there. I mean, if you're trying to gain some fans, maybe you call on Ford Guy. I don't know.
Crazy. Absolutely crazy. Dominated.
I mean, he didn't bury you. He just, anytime the guest says anything, that's like a little bit shit talking. It's
True, but like
it was
inside our podcast enough.
That's what I mean. Like it was, yes, correct. It was like he knew the inside joke, and he is the straight guy who like went at him.
Right.
But it's not like he was like,
no,
you little twink lesbian bitch.
No, if I would have said that to Frankie, it would have been nothing.
Right.
He said the one thing that like everyone knows on the podcast I'm struggling with.
It was more just like well executed as opposed to like
pretty much
For a guy like that to use the term butter knife, which is like something no one's using.
Maybe he's not a total fucking.
Right.
No, I mean he was. How was the rest of it?
Good.
Awesome.
Yeah, no, he was great.
Because I hate that guy.
He called it from a hot tub.
It's cocky.
Yeah.
Like that. From a hot tub.
From a hot tub.
But he's like, well, he's probably like, oh, I'm like, I need to heat up my muscles to 109 degrees. Fucking
He's changed the game of golf. Like there was a couple things he said that really like.
Is he that good?
He's number 5 in the world.
I told him at the end, like, I'm not done roasting. Like, if you say something that irks me, I'm gonna let you know. But I had
you were grasping a little bit at the end.
Yeah, I had to come back.
Like, like when you're not on the show, I'm still gonna roast you.
It should be like, the beginning of the rivalry, really. So how'd you get him? Reach out or?
DM. That's another thing. Like, I give huge respect to it. Like, we didn't have to deal with an agent. We didn't have anyone in the room being like, okay. He literally just called in and was like,
5 player in the world.
Right.
That's pretty good.
He's like, I'm in a hot tub.
Yeah, I would respect that.
It's hard not to just be like, even if you don't like it, be like, well, I have to respect it.
No, absolutely. I mean, when I say I hate him, I hate his whole shtick. I don't think he's a bad dude. I think he's a great guy to talk on the show.
That's what we told him.
And he's like self-admitted. He's like, yeah, I'm a little bit of a geek about it, but like, whatever. Yeah.
I mean, I did that. That's kind of how it went down with Yelich, right? Like, I used to fucking hate him. And then when he came on the show, I was like, all right. That's awesome.
That's pretty much
I'm
how
a hooker for sale. Like, yeah, I love you.
That's pretty much how these two are. They're like, all right, I came on the show. Like, what am I gonna do?
Put Dave up instead of like a LeBron.
Oh yeah. You like Barstool, I like you.
You didn't want to put those headphones back on.
No, I didn't. He was so aware of the podcast. If I was gonna body bag him, he'd have to be like totally unaware. He was like,
you should have 8 miled yourself.
He 8
Been
miled
like,
me.
let me get out in front of this. I am Borelli butter knives.
He 8 miled me. He's like, I am a nerd. I do say things that are quirky. Yeah, in the beginning, I'm like, stop. I literally screamed, stop.
Bryson B. Rabbit.
Wow, that'd be a good golfer nickname for him.
It would be.
Looks like we finally have a resolution to the Situate Swampscott bet, and also a very new player in the Barstool universe, the Sausage Rocket.
Not like a sweatshirt or like jacket then, unless you want to do something crazy.
You mean have to wear the other?
Yeah. I would like to see you walking around here in a Situate sweatshirt.
But I don't hate Situate, so it's like, in a weird way, it's like if I wore a Situate shirt without the bet.
That'd be a win for those guys, just give the sailors some motivation.
Yeah, I guess. Swampscott's probably wouldn't give a fuck. Oh, all right, I got it.
You wear a
I got it.
sweatshirt
No, I got it. It's I get to write like a 30-second script on PMT to read tribute to Swampscott High School. But it can't be like sarcastic, like they can't fuck it up and make like, it has to be like.
Yeah, I'll put them on my like cool thing, like the Swampscott. What are they? The Swampscott.
Big Blue.
That's the mascot.
The Big Blue.
Just a color.
Yeah, we used to be the Sculpins, and then we had a famous coach who changed the name.
Really?
Yeah, Big Blue. Dan Bondalevich changed the name.
So if you win, if I win, you have to wear the sweatshirt full day.
Okay. Deal.
Should have done a unit, Hank. Could have been a come up.
I was thinking when I was saying the 20 bucks, like let's take our units and then combine them, and then we'll do that.
Is this Unit 5? 10?
I mean, like, that was obviously like Mikey podcast downstairs being like on drugs.
There he is.
I just walked in the office and just
You're a drug addict.
Sirius XM wrote the sausage rocket.
Oh yeah, I did that.
You did that on purpose?
I say that'd be like a wild move to do that on purpose. That'd be awesome.
You act like that's the first time that someone said that.
It's gotta be the first time like a major company that like wrote.
It's someone from here that wrote it.
Yeah, I wonder who.
You're an idiot. They ask us for descriptions and then we send them.
You think they just copy and paste, or you think that
Yes.
they were
ask
typing
for
it themselves?
descriptions from us. and
I think they were probably
You don't
typing
think
it
they, like,
themselves.
You don't think they?
No. Mikey literally asked me for a description. Like Mikey
No, I
wrote
understand that, but then they have to take it and put it into something. You think they just copy and paste?
Apparently, yes. They even misspelled sports. It says spots. Talking spots.
Sausage rocket talking spots.
The sausage rocket.
Sausage rocket is pretty strong.
Right. It's like, oh, I got a huge dick. I stand with the sausage rocket.
And it wouldn't be Stool Scenes if we didn't have some very hot, not Frank's RedHot, tasty, but very tasty Barstool drama. Around 2 p.m. on Tuesday, we got an email that a very old member of Barstool had been fired. There's a lot of stuff afoot. What was going on? What was the real truth? We knew where to find it. Dave Portnoy, he was going to address it. Let's get right to the radio, folks. Let's talk.
Office is a buzz right now.
Yeah.
It's a buzz. It's been a buzz because of the new radio lineup, but there's drama going on right now. People are going into closed-door meetings, which doesn't happen here very often. How are we feeling, Dave?
I'm pretty mad. My blood is boiling. I like when it's boiling, but I'm pretty mad. And I'm pretty fucking mad. I mean, I'm pretty mad. My brain is like going in circles on how much
Your brain wants to fire. Your brain wants to fire right now. I can tell you're kind of caught in between, like, what can I say? What shouldn't I say?
The only thing I'm going to say, and people can read in between the lines on this, and the problem about this radio show is I start going and eventually everything comes out. Listen, you like Dave Portnoy or you don't like Dave Portnoy. You know where you stand with Dave Portnoy. Like, you do. Like everyone here does. And I tried to tell people, you know, there's a snake. We had a snake who worked here. He was a filthy snake. And people act like, oh, no, he's not a snake. We're like, he's funny. He's a fucking snake. And he is doing things that directly harm, continually to this day, every single person in this company. It really manifested itself over the last 24. I'm talking like illegal crimes, like illegal shit. And it manifested itself, and I'm just catching kind of wind of it and going through. But it's actually stunning, but not stunning, but disingenuous on some level. And one day, and who knows? I'm crafting some text that may, depending on how they respond. I don't want to like. It's just quite stunning. And people
This
can
is
be like,
something.
what
You're in a lot of different places right now, I can tell. So we got an email just like a half hour ago, and it sent everybody into kind of like, ooh, like what the hell's happening? The rumor mill's buzzing. From your standpoint, obviously you're fucking rattled because it's a business thing.
I'm not so much. I'm mad. Yeah, it's almost like Unforgiven, where like they kill his friend. He's like, oh no, like now the bad man has to come out. That's sort of how I feel right now. I'm trying to restrain it, but it's like it. And I know it would be a very ugly, messy war, what I would be leading us into, and I'm trying to turn the other.
You're not well known for turning the other foot, as you said.
When the things that are going on are going on.
I say we don't back down.
Yeah.
The level of arrogance and just of what this group thought they were going to get away with.
It was a group?
I don't think it's that hard to clue together, to be totally honest.
Yeah.
I need to check. I have to talk to Pat McAfee first and see what he has to say. I don't know what I'm dealing with exactly right here, whether what...
I know, yeah, I kind of know what you mean.
Do you not know how deep it goes?
No, this is so confusing. We have pretty conclusive, red-handed proof what I think happened. I know it happened. I am curious to see what the response will be, because I also know that my history with a particular snake is he can slither and squirm without people knowing where he's going except him.
With the best of them. So the next step is seeing how said snake group responds to blatant evidence.
Correct.
We don't want the snake to bite us.
I don't care about the snake. I will choke that snake out and shove it fucking so far into the water that it fucking dies 100 deaths instantly. The snake can bite me 1,000 fucking times, I wouldn't feel it. The snake should be very worried about me. It is venomous, and I fucking suck it out like one of those Matrix things and throw it back. I've been very kind to the snake, kinder than I should have been. The snake should be very alarmed in every aspect of everything. All right, you know what? I'm gonna excuse myself. I'm not gonna write text. I'm gonna place a phone call.
So Frankie had a great idea. We're gonna hit a break. We're gonna hit an early break. We're gonna figure out what we can't say, snakes, all this weird shit with reptiles. We're gonna figure out where we're at with that. It's Barstool Radio. It's been a very mysterious, ambiguous start to the show.
And by the way, I got a million other things I'm dealing with. The fact that I started dealing with this today is insane.
Hate to see it. Dave's back. We are going to end this part. We're going to go to a quick break. People are buzzing. How are you feeling, Dave?
I feel a lot better.
You feel good?
I'm still Team McAfee.
Okay.
You know, I've always trusted everything Pat said to me. I still trust Pat. You know, what is it? If you lay with, what is it? Fleas? You lay with dogs, you get fleas. You lay with fleas, you get dogs. What is that quote?
You lay with dogs, you get fleas. Would maybe make sense.
I don't know, what do you call a blog espionage? I feel like we've been the victim of blog espionage.
From what I've heard, that sounds absolutely true. Let's get more into what that means when we come back from the break.
We had a misunderstanding in the first segment of who the snake was. I thought you were talking.
Tommy thought you were talking.
Right, but that's why when I was like, nobody's gonna know who he is. Like, that's why.
Oh no, here's who I was talking about. Then nobody know who he is. That was
right. When I was like,
but the head of the snake is the brains.
When I was like, do you know?
You guys know everything that's happened?
We were informed a decent amount, not everything.
So basically, stole our website and built the McAfee website. That's one.
Right.
Lied to my face about it.
Yesterday, right?
Yep. When I was like, did you build McAfee's website? Because it's like he's kind of building like a competitive situation here. It's like, I like that. Let him go do his thing, but you can't be building like you're our tech guy. Lied about it. Then I talked to Pat. They do have somebody else. But I've talked to our tech people, and they're like, no, he stole it. There's undeniable evidence. Our code they just took. Who didn't even write. It's like other tech people's code here that he stole and built that McAfee.
They had to get that from somebody.
What's that?
They had to get that from
yeah,
somebody.
Right. And it was like it's public, and our guys are like, no, it's not. Like, it's absolutely not public. Like, it was taken down. And then I found out and like emails were being like accessed, were being turned on and off. So
Barstool emails?
Yes. So they were like getting access. They're like to emails and could use for God knows. I mean, there's infinite information you could have from merch to like whatever that.
Right.
And is the only person who had access to that. Pat was mortified, but at the same time, it's like that's there's a reason those two guys more isn't here. It's like he was doing things unethically and like
Jesus.
How did take the?
I didn't even talk. I talked to him yesterday, and he swung like, "You better talk to Erica because like she wants like you're gonna get fired like doing this." But then I haven't talked to him since.
Am I coming back with the Red Cross thing?
And I don't think I understood. Our tech guys are adamant, like it's stolen. Our code was in my mind, and I'm being told indisputable proof stolen, basically.
For our website.
Yes.
And you've already mentioned Pat McAfee.
Pat McAfee had nothing to do with it.
Okay.
But it was used on his behalf, I would say.
So the issue is working backwards to figure out how did our code get stolen and end up on his.
Correct. And I prayed to God, and that's why I wanted to talk to him. He had nothing to do with it. I believe him. I trust Pat. I've always liked Pat. I think Pat and I have a very good relationship. I fucking asked him to do Rough and Rowdy. That's why I thought I was calling, by the way, to be like, yo, you want to, like, let's talk about the Rough and Rowdy. So I love Pat. I really do like Pat. And I wish him nothing but the best in his new endeavors. But his endeavors, once you split with Barstool, you split with Barstool. And I think he knew that for sure. Other people maybe that, he's surrounding himself with Barstool DNA have yet to get the memo that once you are done with Barstool, you're done with Barstool.
Pat also, once he splits, is going to be a competitor as well.
Potentially, yeah.
So it's
for
tricky.
sure.
It makes the whole thing.
We don't want to help him in any way.
Right. No.
I mean, I would certainly help him if he called me and was like, hey, I have a question about this. What do you think about it? I would help in a heartbeat.
Right, but...
Hey, can I have all your code for free? No. And he didn't. It happened, but and I believe it because what I said in the original was sometimes a snake just slithers. And and I've been in that situation where I didn't know where it was slithering. and it slithers.
Sometimes too, you don't know how many snakes there are. Like, did you see the same snake twice, or was that a different snake?
Yeah, some snakes have 2 heads. I feel way, way, way better talking to Pat. I trust Pat. Like, Pat, it seems like everything he says, we've always been pretty straightforward, and I do believe, because I've been in his situations, like, I don't know what the fuck's going on, and they were paying somebody. So it is a little convoluted, like, it's somebody not affiliated with Barstool to build the website, which if I was in issues, I'd be like, oh, this person built the website, but something went haywire for sure.
So are you less mad, or are you just redirecting your anger?
The guy who we had to let go today, one of the first fucking guys I ever had. It's like, there's a poisonous egg within, that just poisoned a bunch of people. Poisoned the well, and it's my fault. I let it go on too long.
Egg, like, laid by the snake?
Yeah. And then people ate the eggs. And they weren't Cadbury eggs, Riggs.
Oh, no.
The one that happened today is no longer with us. How long has he been dealing with Barstool?
10 years.
Oh, wow. I didn't know it was that long.
And I'm being told, lied to my face on the way out. Like, straight lied to my face. The conviction of what I was being told by our current tech guys of like, nope, he lied to you.
When McAfee's website first went up, did you, like, were there holy shit concerns?
No, I didn't really have any concerns. Plus, I know how hard it is. It's like a fucking grind to keep that up. So no, I wasn't, like, I hope Pat's successful. While it could be viewed as competition, I certainly don't, like, it's not like, he's going to eat us, and I think there's enough market for 2. And he has his crowd. Like, the thing Pat always has is, like, he didn't build his crowd because of Barstool. He was a superstar before he came here.
Right.
It's not like we got tons of benefit out of Pat. Pat got benefit for us. Where I had the problem was, like, well, the guy who was working for me, took the code, stole the code, and used it to build that. That I had a major problem with.
That's our fucking code.
Right. Yeah. And it's like, you can't have both. You can't leave and have our code, which he did not do intentionally. So.
What's your current contact like with the head snake?
0.
Since
it happened. I just said, please don't talk about Barstool. Don't talk to our fans. Just go do you and be successful on your own, but don't use Barstool to help you be successful. The email espionage of former employees, having their emails turned back on and then off and on so they could access our servers and presumably get contacts and information, which is helpful in a sales pursuit, was given to me by Brett. He's the one who, alerted me to this. This is a minor part. This is not I trust with certainty the code stolen part. Those people seem
that's not Brett being like,
quite
I know
convincing.
for a fact this code is stolen.
No, if this goes to the people's court per se, we'd have to really train Brett on the stand because I feel like he could crack. Like, I don't know how he knows. He's told me, like, I shut down, deleted the accounts, then they're turned back on. Then I shut them off, they end up back on. Brett's the one who tipped me off. He's like, this other thing's going on too. I'm like, what other thing? And there's only, according to the people here, one person who was let go today who had access to that type of power to be like on and off. When I started catching wind of this last night, I literally didn't sleep. And then I didn't understand the gravity of it because I believed what I was told until today, where I'm like, definitively, like, no, it wasn't available on the internet to steal. It had to be stolen. These are people I very much inner circle. I mean, the only person who, the number one trust guy here is Gaz. Like, he's the only one who could probably shock me. Like, more than what's going on, which is stunning, which maybe is me. I don't know. It's crazy. I guess one party's like, I love Dave. I wouldn't do anything. It's like, what are you talking about? You did. You did. Like, you stole code.
Where do we go from here? What's the next steps?
I don't know. It's all happening quick. Again, it's hard for me to wrap my brain around a little bit, but I already know what the answers will be when I get them, but it's just tough. I mean, I'll probably actually, for my own self, I will talk to the person who's let go tonight and get his side of it, because I need to present, like, all right, you told me this at the time, you told me that you didn't have anything to do with it, or you did. The official company line was, I gave it to a friend to build. That was the official our guy who worked here is like, I can't do it. I work for Barstool. I gave it to a friend. That was the official company line. I had no facts to back that up at the time. Now I have a lot of facts that directly contradict that, and I'd like to be able to present those and be like, okay, you're saying this, but what about evidence A, B, C, D, E, F that point to a very different story?
I'm amazed at the same characters that continue to pop up.
It's a fruity, summery drink.
You could drink every day.
Yeah. Yes, every day. Yeah. When we went first floor to second floor, I lost touch with what was going on down there, and there was a mini empire slowly brewing where alliances were being combination of survivors, Julius Caesar.
A third floor versus second floor war. I feel like third floor comes out on top.
I don't know. I feel like we're simpletons.
Like a physical war, or just
no? I don't agree with that. I feel like we get lured into a trap and end up in one of those nets that goes up in the trees, and we all just be like pushing against each other's faces in a net.
And also, we don't want to make it third floor or second floor, or just a few.
No, and it is.
That were
it really isn't. I let a madman who I was very good friends with, get too far away from me, basically.
Stool Scenes episode 89. Big shout out to Sam Gagné.
Oh my God, it was so good! They were talking Jimmy Butler in there! It was so much fun without you!
Stop mad though.
That was so much fun! He's gonna win.
I hope that's the whole show. He's gonna pass out.